As the school year ends, we would like to take the opportunity this afternoon to briefly discuss Maryland's Race to the Top application, and also to share with you the perspectives that public educators, school educators in particularly, have on the final product. But I also want to look forward to the important work that remains to be done on the Maryland Council for Educator Effectiveness, whose 21 members will interpret the terms included in the new federal grant program and state education reform law. This council will help define and flesh out some of the most crucial components of the applications, including how teachers and principals will be evaluated, what constitutes an effective or highly effective educator, and more. MSEA have submitted a list of names for consideration as appointment to the council. This list consists of state educators who have an understanding of teaching and knowledge and expertise about the evaluation process, as well as a special education representation. Nearly 1/3 of the council's members will be educators. We expect that they will have a major role in the council's deliberations. We will fully support the selected members and the work that they will do as part of the council. Education reform will be squarely on the council's agenda in the coming months, just as it will be on ours. MSEA believes that education reform is most effective when there is a proactive change that collectively considers academic, social, and personal factors in student achievement. Therefore, MSEA and our local affiliates want to be sure that the evaluation regulations stemming from the Race to the Top application and the Maryland Council for Educators' Effectiveness reflect a research-based, educators-informed vision for student achievement. We want to stress the importance of collaboration at all levels with key stakeholders as we commit to genuine education reform and continuing to improve the quality of our children's education. We need to be certain that evaluation systems take into account all of the academic, social, and personal factors that impact student achievement. And we must be sure that an evaluation system is valid, research-based, fair, collaboratively developed, and reasonable. There are many regulatory questions regarding the impact of Maryland's Race to the Top application, which remain unanswered, and will need to be answered by the Council and by MSDE. What are the definitions of a highly effective and an effective teacher? What is the goal of teacher evaluation? We need to make sure that the goal is to improve teaching and learning. Decades of research have shown that evaluations alone do not improve teacher performance. What will be implemented to ensure that the evaluation is used as a tool to improve performance? What kind of follow-up and professional development will be available following evaluations so that teachers may increase their effectiveness? What is the impact of increased testing on teaching and learning time? These are the questions that we will continually ask. They are the questions that the educators on the council will continually ask. And they are the questions that we all must continually ask in order to ensure that we not only have highly effective teachers, but reforms that actually work. We must be sure that research guide our reforms and the work of the council. We support multiple measures to determine what is going on in the classroom. A single test will not do that. And it should be noted that any test used to inform and improve teacher effectiveness need to have multiple years of data to be effective. MSEA supports accountability that focuses first and foremost on improving the instruction of our children, education that they receive. National education experts agree that the fundamental goal of teacher evaluation should be to improve teaching and learning. Our system as proposed by the RTT application that put even greater reliance on standardized test scores for evaluating teacher quality and student learning is not supported by majority research. Dr. Laura Goh of Educational Testing Service and Olivia Little of the University of Wisconsin-Madison have thoroughly researched the uses of evaluation to improve teacher effectiveness. They argue, and I quote, "No test score is going to help a teacher get better." End of quote. The fundamental goal of teacher evaluation should be, and I will say that again, that it should be to improve teaching and learning. That is why the measures used and the evaluation systems themselves are so important. You can find greater details on their research in your press packet. We appreciate the work that Governor O'Malley and his staff have done on our state's Race to the Top application. Educators across the state have cause to be pleased about some reforms, such as the application's inclusion of the Breakthrough Center and the council itself. Yet, the application presents serious concerns, including a lack of meaningful collaboration, an ever greater reliance on high-stake standardized testing, and a controversial overhaul of teacher and principal evaluation systems. We want you all to know that we support reforms that benefit all students, in particularly those students that are in our most challenging schools. We remain committed to closing achievement gaps and to making sure that our children will continue to have access to quality and effective teachers. Yet we are committed to ensuring that the state's changes do not negatively affect the reforms already going on at local levels, and that the unique concerns of every child in every county will be met.